So from the show we were watching here, you see the characters kind of go back to an ex. I feel like I know the answer for you. Is that something you like to entertain, going back and being friendly with an ex?
I am actually friends with quite a few of my exes. I don't
with no like hopes to hook up or rekindle.
Maybe at first to kind of see, but really no. I feel like there was such a long break in between when we broke up and then when we really got back to being friendly that I think it's just really appreciating them for who they are and what attracted us to each other in the first place without the messiness of the relationship part, but just appreciating them for who they are and all the qualities that made us friends.
Which brings me to the next question. Like, what is the dumbest way you have injured yourself, Kelly?
Oh my gosh, I am the clumsiest person on the planet. The most recent way that I've injured myself is I was taking my niece to this little splash pad, like in our neighborhood, and there was a little lip on the sidewalk, like a little raise in it. I tripped and fell, and I had the hugest bruise on my leg. Like you thought I was like beat. It was like ridiculous.
Oh, it looked ugly?
It looked so ugly.
Worse. You should have lied about the story. Said you fell off a motorcycle or something.
It was like so.
Not that that's funny.
My niece like reenacts it. Like it's like, and every time we go over there, she's like, "Don't fall.
Careful, Auntie."
Little bee. All right, so this is kind of a funny thing, but are you a food sharer? Like when you get fries, are you cool with people picking off your plate? Or are you like, hey, these are mine, order your own?
I will pick off your plate, but you can't pick off my plate. No, I'm joking. The thing with French fries, let's talk about it, because I am a French fry freak. It is a vice of mine. This is what I hate in terms of sharing. I will be around a group of people and I'll order the French fries and everyone will look like, ooh, you're ordering French fries. It's so unhealthy. And it's like, it's my one vice. Let me have it. But then once they're ordered, Kelly, everybody with their hands in my French fries and it pisses me off. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're Joey from Friends. Joey doesn't share food.
Yes. You know, I moved so many times, which was so weird because there was a long period of time I didn't move at all. And then it was like moving cross country and, you know, the work that I did or whatever. But one thing that I always wanted to save, as cheesy as it is like I liked, you know, when you go to the restaurants or if you go into whatever facility it is and they have like their match book.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why, but that kind of became a little bit of a collector's item for me.
Oh, yeah. They don't even do that much anymore.
Because, yeah, you know, it'd be me living in New York and then living back in Los Angeles. And then I lived in Arizona. You know, I lived in Vegas as well. It's like too much moving. It's like, you know, for your dream jobs or lack thereof. But the matches were always something I always wanted to collect. So it's cheesy.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I collect vintage clutch purses. I don't know. I like to find them at antique stores and I just love them.
Okay. So, co-host of mine, deal breakers, do you have any? Or deal makers, do you have what's going on?
I actually would like a deal breaker for me is like if you're not close with your family or if you have kids and there's like an estrangement or anything. I don't like that. I have a very big family. We are always like all up in each other's shit and I need somebody that like gets it. You don't have to be the same, but I need a very family oriented, somebody that's not going to be like taken aback by that. That's a big deal breaker for me. Yeah. And then just having a good work-life balance or anything and understanding mine.
Yeah, it matters the older you get, to be honest.
It does.
Everything you said, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Not at 22, but at how old we are.
I know. What about yours? None?
Let's talk next episode. Obviously, we're beautiful, Kelly, but I want to ask you in terms of your dating life. What is you know, we're not 30 anymore. But now that we're in our 40s, what's the oldest you would date?
You know, probably I don't think I'm opposed to like, you know, mid 50s, early 60s maybe, depending on, you know, people are keeping themselves in better shape these days. So
can they be older than your parent? That's the question. Because I feel like
I don't know that I could do older than my parents. So
that's the parameter.
That's probably it. Yeah. You have to be a little younger than my parents for sure.
And can you do 25 years old or no?
No, I never could though. Not even when I was 25.
She's been floating in the 40s for some time.
Maybe not that big of a difference, but I don't. Yeah, no, I don't. All right. So when you're arguing or upset or anything, are you a last word person? Do you always have to have the last word?
Well, first thing is I'm always arguing, but not like arguing. I'm just difference of opinion, and I'm trying to explain. Yeah, in a high school, was I in debate club? Well, I should have been. Last word, no, because usually I'm right to begin with, and then I'm a wordsmith also, and actually, I'm talking a lot already about one simple question that you asked, so maybe I really do want to get the last word in.
I feel like you have to have all the words.
It's funny. I wonder sometimes if I could talk to myself, but then the answer is yes. Hey, listen, I love me more than anyone else can. So shut up if you don't like it. I mean, not you, Kelly. Shut up. See, look at I'm talking again. Kelly, I like Kelly. I'm not saying anything bad about Kelly, my co-host.
So yes, the answer is yes.
But wait.
All right. So family and balance. Those are like my dating, like deal makers, deal breakers. What about yours? Do you have any?
Let me think about deal breakers, but the first thing I'll say is a deal maker is I kind of want someone who like I don't want, it sounds so like I'm telling somebody what to do, and I'm certainly not, but I don't want you to always be chaotically busy. And again, we all were in our 20s. You and I have been friends since our 20s. And so we've all had these busy lives, but I feel like each person, as we get a little older, we need to pull back and be able to just like exist within our own like free time and hang out and go to the park and binge watch some television. So I think a red flag or a deal breaker is that I date somebody and find somebody really great, but they're so chaotically busy. Like the moment they're leaving me, they got to go here, and here.
Do you have a bucket list? Are you a bucket list person?
Absolutely not, but kind of yes, all the way completely.
So what? Okay, give me a couple things off your list.
My roundabout is that yes, because just like a vision board, if you keep things in your mind, it does work. To have a bucket list is like, these are the things I would like to do. So I don't have anything like written down per se, but a lot of it really for me is the travel stuff. And one that you did that I've been too chicken to do, you jumped out of a plane. I always said in my 40th birthday, I'm going to do it. And I never did it on my 40th. I mean, so maybe I will cross that off of my bucket list.
Skydiving is on your bucket list. So you would do it then. Okay. I did do it. It was amazing. I don't know that I would ever do it again.
That's what my other friend said.
That was, it was just awesome. I loved it.
One time only. I'm not doing it twice.
Okay. So regrets. Do you regret things you do or don't do? Which one holds more weight?
I think you should regret certain mistakes. I get really not irritated because people could think what they want. Oh, I have no regrets. If I didn't go through this, it wouldn't make me the person I am today. True, but at the same time, you have to know navigationally, is that a word? Like that you made certain things that actually ruined your ultimate goal. So I have regrets for certain errors that I made. I don't play the no regrets and everything happened for a reason. Yes, everything happened for a reason, but no, you should regret some of the stupid moves you made, I
look at them as lessons, not necessarily regrets. Like I've made a lot of dumb decisions.
What are you, a Hallmark card?
Yes, I am. So what do you think about soulmates? Are you a soulmate believer? Are you looking for your soulmate? What's your take on it?
I'm so open-hearted when I'm not being pissed off. So there's a part of me that feels like that is like a beautiful thing. But at the same time, like logistically, how could you, Kelly, how could you have a soulmate when you really can't control, you can't be in it? What if your environment doesn't allow you to actually meet your soulmate? Or are you trying to say that, oh, you're supposed to come together, you're at the airport, so should I keep my eyes open at the airport for my soulmate?
If you go off of people that are really into it and things that they say, at least the way that I've taken it is that everybody has a match. That's what they consider your soulmate. So if your souls are meant to find each other, you will.
Well, Kelly, how do you deal with bugs? They're gross and nasty, but do you give the mercy and just try to shoo them outside, or do you give the little
trap them and put them outside?
Oh, so you're not like a fly swatter type. Yeah.
Flies. Yes. I will swat a fly. But I do try to trap them. But like spiders, ladybug, like, anything like that, like I will trap and put outside. Like those big long leg mosquito things, like I'll just put them outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is like, you can't be in the house. You didn't pay rent. Get out of here.
I know my sister gets so annoyed with me, but they also serve a purpose. Like, we have a lot of trees and like stuff around. So it's like, I'd rather like naturally they get rid, some spiders get rid of bees and other pests. So I'm like, cool, you stay outside, you take care of that. Okay, so since we already know that I'm super clumsy, what is the dumbest way you've ever hurt yourself?
Not like a painful situation. Although I did get bit by a Rottweiler, but that's not my fault, is it?
No,
okay, so moving on. Can I answer the question? Why am I so...
It has to be a dumb way.
Scatterbrain. No, when we worked in radio, we always had those pop-up tents. And one time my middle finger got stuck in a pop-up tent. And it's like now I look at a pop-up tent as the enemy. And when I cut my fingernails also, like I always get that like muscle memory of pain. So it wasn't the worst thing, but it was like, cornball, it's a pop-up tent. Don't let it defeat you. But you know what, Kelly? It did.
So now you have a phobia.
I hate tents. I hate shade. Wait, so does that mean you're a big emoji user, or what's the one that you use the most?
The most is like the side laughing one, the one that laughs but like the smiles like crooked.
Oh, with the crying on the side.
The crying on the side.
That's the you know what? I knew you were special because you're never supposed to use the crying, the up and down one. You're supposed to use the one that's a little bit crooked. I don't know why, but that's the rule. That's the one I use too.
That's the one I use all the time. Yeah.
I don't love emojis. Do you?
I mean, if I use any, that's just the one. It's not like my go-to. I can't stand it if I'm reading something and it's just like every other word is an emoji. Like, no.
Yeah.
Throw the word out.
If you got to do an emotion, like to support somebody and throw a heart, I can see that. But outside of that, use your words. Use your words.
Yeah. Well, and also, so people don't misinterpret what I'm saying. If I'm being a smart aleck or whatever, then I have to use the laughing faces so nobody gets offended.
Okay, so we share everything on this podcast. What is your favorite sexual position, Kelly?
You have to be in there with me to know.
Well, I, honey, will not be in there with you, but from the roster of men. No kidding. No, Kelly, this is my homegirl for so many years. I mean, this is what I like about women empowering themselves. As a gay man, you see it a little differently. I like when women could just own what it is, so I just ask it playfully. But do you have a favorite?
It honestly really depends on my partner and like the chemistry that we're having, because I feel like it changes.
Oh, like, that's true.
Depending on how just kind of like the vibe that we're doing. I don't know.
Yeah, depending on who's in the room with you. Yeah. What kind of? Yeah.
What about you? Do you have one?
No, I mean I'll do a handstand if necessary.
So, other languages. Do you speak other languages? Do you have like a favorite word in another language?
I have a hard enough time doing our podcast here in English, but I appreciate a lot of languages, especially the access that it could give you to travel and stuff like that. No, I mean, mostly for one, I worked at that TV show, American Latino TV. So, of course, I was around a lot of Spanish and Spanglish. But the word that was always funny to me was Monday, not Monday, Monday, I liked it as a answer. It was just used for everything. You just threw out a Monday and suddenly they gave you like a whole...
Everybody gets it.
Everyone gets it.
Yeah, everybody gets it.
What about you?
I took French a little bit and I really liked this word, and I'm going to butcher it when I say it, but it basically sounds like toodaloo. And it's a toodaloo. And I just think it's so cute. I think it's a cute little word.
I like that. Let's go to France.
All right, let's talk about cringe. What's the cringiest thing you ever did as a teenager? Was there anything?
Well, you and I are both oldest siblings, so I always felt like all my friends had older siblings or cousins around, so they were way cooler than me. So everyone got to like, I don't know, they were all like second and third kids, so like the parents were a little more lenient. I was like, had to be by the book. So if at the time that everyone was putting like sun in their hair, because I grew up in California, I didn't necessarily want it, but I wanted the availability to do so. So nobody would buy me sun in terms of my parents, but I got the hydrogen peroxide and I threw it on that bad boy. Nice. And then the hair started like crinkling. It was terrible. It looked okay for a little bit, but it just was not good self-care, I guess. That was kind of cringy to look back upon.
Oh, that was good.